Hi guys, I'd just like to share a journal that I finished today, and I'll be putting this into my Etsy shop. It'll be available shortly after this video is finished, and it's a soft cover fabric journal. And as you can see, it's made out of just all different types of itty little bitty scraps. They're all different types of fabric, so there's some cotton, some upholstery fabric. You can see this is textured. Some satiny type, polyester. So, let's give you a close-up. Oops, let me move that. So the way I did this, it's, I don't know, I'm not a proper seamstress, so for all of you sewers out there, yeah, be nice. I just kind of quilt all these itty bitty little scraps together, and I sew them all together, and then I just cut it to size to make a journal cover. So I did post a picture of this on Facebook before I actually made it into a journal cover. It was just a big piece of fabric, and somebody mentioned it was a crumb quilt, with these being the little crumbs. So I'm not sure if that's the proper name for it, but yeah, it's, I don't know, I just always love it. It feels nice because it's just all different fabric, and I like the look of mixed fabrics just sewn together. I don't even try to match the colors or the patterns. I just sew. And I was trying to film this to do a tutorial on it, but yeah, then time got away from me because I've been looking after my elderly father. But if you would like a tutorial, yeah, leave a comment below, and I've got some time on my hands now, and I can yeah, show you how to sew. I called it sewing like a crazy lady because yeah, if I show you how I sew these, you will think it's crazy lady sewing. Anyway, it's just one single signature, and I've just done the 3-hole pamphlet stitch. There's just some fabric as the closure. Oh no, I shouldn't have done a double knot, should I? Now I've left the closure fairly long, so you can cut it down to size if you like. So let me just see if I can open it up. So that's how it looks all together. Now, this little, I was thinking about popping this little flower here. This was sent to me by Bev Dunn in a happy mail, but I wasn't quite sure. So what I might do is just, I'll leave it off, and whoever purchases the journal, I'll send this with it. And if you want to pop it on there, you just glue it on, but I'll leave it off. Okay, so that's the side view. Now there's no theme to this. Since the cover was scraps, all the inside is scraps. Actually, all of my journals are made from recycled products. Everything is salvaged, recycled, rescued, whatever you want to call it. I don't buy new craft supplies, so if you're new to my channel, you won't see digital kits and pretty scrapbook papers and all that sort of stuff, unless I find scrapbook papers at a recycle centre or a charity op shop. Yeah, I don't buy new mass-produced items. Okay, so the inside, this was actually the reverse side of this, and that was like a quilt cover. So this was, actually it wasn't a quilt cover, it was like a bedspread actually. So this was the top layer, and then this was the bottom layer. And I didn't put a pocket on the inside cover because I just thought it looked so cool like that. But you can always put one in. I've got a little pocket here, and this embellishment was actually made by Faye Cook. She sent it to me in a happy mail, and I've just pretty much inked the edges and glued it down to make a pocket. Anyone I mention, I'll put a link to their channel or video, whatever it may be, in the comments box below. Faye Cook doesn't actually have a YouTube channel, so she's a subby of mine. So I've put some of that scrap fabric along the edge. Look how gorgeous her little embellishment is. Isn't it cute? It's a little wooden button there. I just love it. I thought it went so well with this fabric. Am I on camera? Yep. So inside I've just got these are little vintage manila tags that I found at Reverse Garbage, and I had them in my shop. See, this is natural aging around the edges. I did have them in my Etsy shop, but they've since sold out. I've just got a couple of loose ones left. And this is just a little tag I've made just out of some book page, bit of gesso and ink, and just a little bit of coffee dyed ledger paper stitched around. This is coffee dyed paper with some food colouring sprayed on. I don't know if you can see, it's quite dark today. It's really windy. Yeah, I don't know if the pink is coming up on camera. Okay, so here, just got a little rose coloured bulldog clip. These are one of the boho-ish style envelopes that I've made. I did a video on this and I'll put the link to that down below. But, oh my gosh, in that video, I referred to Pink Poodle Crafts channel. It should have been Pink Odd Bird. I got my wrong Pink Critter. I got them mixed up. So, yeah, it was actually Pink Odd Bird that I saw the video, not Pink Poodle Crafts. So, just a little envelope. And inside, I've put just some coloured paper and a little piece of coloured ribbon that you can use somewhere in the journal. And you may recognise this. This is the paper from Tony Williams of Kitty Craft Australia. She does tie-dyes, and that was a little scrap of paper I had. So I've popped that in there because this was from Tony as well. This is one of her coffee dyed papers with a doily. So I thought I would put those together. And if you don't like that clip, you can take it off, move the envelope around. There's some lavender lace. It's just a little fabric sewn onto some coffee dyed lined school paper. This was an altered card from Faye Cook as well. So you'll see a few things in here from Faye Cook because I've actually started trying to use my Happy Mail. And I love Faye's cards and embellishment. Her style is what I really like. That's just a bit of scrap of boho type fabric that I had left with some pink eyelash trim. Coffee dyed paper with the pink food colouring. Some coffee dyed grid paper with a little butterfly stamped. Music paper. I really like the music paper when you know, this has still got this stamp on it. Sydney Grammar School Music Department. I like that. Just a bit of fabric stitched to the edge. This is a little pocket. I made a whole bunch of these quite some time ago. It's all just itty bitty little scraps of fabric. I don't know if you can see on camera. They're tiny little bits of scrap fabric, just all sewn down. It's like a little swatch. So the teeniest little pieces of fabric, like stupid little pieces like this. I just have a little tub next to my sewing machine and I drop them in, and yeah, I use them for all sorts of stuff. So I made that into a pocket. This was also another card from an altered card from Faye Cook, and I'm having trouble parting with this one. I absolutely love this. Look at that. It looks so reptilian. It feels good. It feels like so nice. It's just gorgeous. I really love that. And I know Faye had been doing some mosaic work recently, so this was just a little book out of an old mosaic page. I'm talking backwards. A little page out of a book on how to cut tiles and that to make a mosaic. And it was a book from the 70s or something. It was missing a few pages, so I've been pulling it apart and using it in little places. Coffee dyed paper. You might recognise this if you're old like me. This is the old printer paper. Had the spools down the side. The old dot matrix computer printers. Bit of fabric and a flower, so that just folds out. Book page. That's just some coffee dyed ledger paper. Cut into a tag shape just to give you some extra journaling room. Fabric tab, and on the edge here there's just a bulb pin with a little butterfly charm, so when the journal is closed it just hangs over the edge. And there's also further down in the book, oops, I was completely off camera, wasn't I, a little bell, little gold bell, and there's the charm. So if the charms annoy you dangling over the edge, they're just on bulb pins, so you can always take them off, use them for something else. It's really thick. I don't know if it's vellum, but it's kind of like vellum, but super thick. It was actually the dividing page out of a wedding album that I found, and a sewn ruffle. This staining was glue from photos that had stuck to it. Oh, this was actually just a clean-up piece of paper. I was doing some painting, and you know when you've got leftover paint, it was actually a really big paintbrush, so I just wiped it over a whole bunch of papers before I washed it off. This is one of Tony Williams' little tie-dye doilies as well. And it's not a pocket or anything, it's just there for decoration. And it's got the little bell with the bulb pin hanging off. So the other side of this painted paper was white, and I don't like white pages. I don't know, I always try and cover them up or coffee dye them. So this one I've actually sewn down a coffee dyed lotto form. So if you're in Australia, you'll recognise this. I don't know if this is an old one. I found a whole little pile at my grandmother's when I was cleaning out some drawers at her place. So I coffee dyed them, and I've just stitched around the edge to make a pocket. So inside, these are just like little tickets. It's a notepad ticket style. Days of the week. And this was just a coffee dyed book page. I was going to use this picture for something, I can't remember what, but it's been hanging around on my desk for ages. So you can use that for something. Okay, so this is the center of the signature, and this is actually fabric. So what I've done, you may have seen this in previous journals. You'll see in there, it's not a book page, it's actually quite thick card. It's a divider page in a gardening folder. And the pages that were, I don't know, a bit ugly, you know, they've got pesticides and composting and all that sort of stuff. I've just used those as pockets because the paper's, it's quite thick and sturdy. So I just cover it with fabric and stitch around the edge and then just make a pocket. So the strings for the signature are actually down the bottom there. And in there, I've just popped a few things. Look at this beautiful picture. This was actually off the dust cover of a book that I chopped up. This is some more of Tony's beautiful tie-dyed paper. And I've got a little coffee-dyed candy bag. And I've got heaps of book pages. So these ones were quite old and yellowed. So I punched a whole bunch of scalloped squares one night in front of the telly. I've just been using them as little embellishments and that. So I put a whole bunch in there for you. You can use them for little clusters or embellishments or something like that. I really love this picture. Look, it's so gorgeous. And the back of that is blank, so you can write on the back. Oops. Next is just paper clipped on. Oh, this was a really old children's game book. So I've popped a page of that in there. This is just a tag kind of pocket that I've made out of some matte paper. It's got coffee dyed paper on the back and stitched around and made that into a pocket. So there's just some notepad paper in there that's been coffee dyed. So you can either write on the back, more journaling space, or you can glue that down somewhere. I've just actually paper clipped it to the side here. This is the other side of that vellum or photo album page. That's just a CD holder that I've stitched on. So I was thinking you could put a photo or something in there because it's got the plastic pocket, and there's also a plastic pocket on the back. But for now I've just popped in this little picture. This was actually a magazine. Well, 2 magazine pages stuck together, and you'll see it's just been painted, and this was just furniture paint. I was painting a chest of drawers. And yeah, just the leftover paint on the brush, wiped it over magazine pages. They stuck together, and on one little corner there was a cute little picture of some snowy mountains and flowers and a little streetscape. So when I brushed the paint off my paintbrush, I just left that little bit like that, and it actually dries quite matte. And you can write on it pretty well, so that's just more little journal spots. Coffee dyed paper. It's just a little pocket with some boho style fabric in there. This was also in the Happy Mail from Faye Cook. Looks like a sewing pattern or something on the back. I thought that was really pretty. So I've popped that in there. Use it as a journal card. And these are some, you know, the front and back pages in paperback novels and that. There's always a blank page or two. These were old and yellowed, and I thought they were gorgeous. So I've just run the scissors over the edges of them to distress them a bit. Just sewn a bit of shiny blue fabric down to make a little notepad. Some book page. I've left the book page blank so you can use it as a mat to stick pictures or something down. That's just some scrap papers out of my scrap box. just to make like a paper flower, and there's just a stand. Whoops, sorry. I really need to clear some stuff off my phone. I can only record about 20 minutes at the moment. It's too full. Sorry about that. I forgot where I was up to, but I think it was this little paper flower. It's just scrap papers out of my scrap box with a cancelled postage stamp on top. And that's just a little tab that folds out. Some blue eyelet trim or lace, not sure what you call it. That's this is a really old one. This was from my grandmother. Some scrap fabric. That's the grid paper with the little butterfly. And Denise, I used your little stamp pad that you sent me. Thank you so much. I love that brown. It's really nice. Coffee dyed paper with pink. Actually, you couldn't see the one at the front. You might be able to see this one a bit better. Maybe. Oh my gosh, it's so windy outside. Can you hear that? I hope it doesn't show up on camera. This is a scrap of the kind of boho style fabric as well. It's, I don't know what you call it, but on top is like, it's like string on top of really sheer fabric. It's so beautiful and it feels so nice. This is the last little piece I had. And just some fabric stitched down the side. And again, I left the inside back cover empty because I just love that fabric. I think it's so cool. And the edges, you'll see, I've actually, when I quilted, I've folded it over. And then I've actually hemmed the inside fabric and stitched it down. So it's not glued on, it's stitched. And that's it. So I hope you like him. He's a true junk journal. And I love the quilty cover. And sorry, I didn't, I don't know if I said that before it cut off or not, but I'm not sure how many pages, sorry, but I'll put all of that detail in the Etsy description. And yeah, I'll send this. I kind of really want to stick that little flower there. I think it goes. Anyway, I'll send it with the journal and a few other, I always send some other little odds and pods with it. So I hope you like it, and thanks so much for watching, and thank you everyone for all your support. And if you haven't seen my doily giveaway video, I'll put the link in the comments box below. It's still open. I've only just posted the video a day or two ago, so it'll still be open for another week or two. So go down, check it out. And that's not my 1,000 subby giveaway, by the way. I've got a separate journal. I've got a separate giveaway for that, which will be a journal. This is just a doily giveaway that I said I would do a month or two ago to help promote 2 other YouTube channels. Okay, that's it, and thanks for watching. Bye.